This is USA News Hub United States, the heart of American sports. Subscribe for power, passion, and champions. Point two young stars. One confident march forward. One heartbreaking early exit. Under the blazing Melbourne sun, Coco Gauff looked every bit like a Grand Slam champion, while Alexandra Eala felt both the thrill and cruelty of tennis on the biggest stage of her life. This was not just another day at the Australian Open. This was a story of ambition, friendship, pressure, and dreams colliding, all in one unforgettable afternoon. Melbourne Park was alive with energy on January 19, 2026, as the Australian Open thundered into its second day. Fans filled the grounds early. Queues stretched far beyond expectations, and the buzz around the courts was impossible to ignore. At the heart of it all stood two young women representing not just themselves, but the hopes of millions. American superstar Coco Gauff, the tournament's third seed and already a two-time Grand Slam champion, and Alexandra Eala, the Filipino trailblazer making her long-awaited Grand Slam main draw debut. Their journeys unfolded very differently, but together, they captured everything people love about tennis. Tennis. Coco Gauff, a confident opening statement. Let's begin with Coco Gauff. Just 21 years old, Gauff entered the Australian Open with one clear goal: to win her first Melbourne title and continue her march toward a career Grand Slam. Facing Kamila Rakimova in the first round, Gauff delivered a calm, commanding performance at Rod Laver Arena. The scoreline told the story. 6-2, 6-3. Straight sets. No panic. No drama. From the opening games, Gauff dictated play with her athleticism, heavy ground strokes, and trademark speed around the court. She moved Rakimova side to side, attacked on returns, and stayed composed even when early service issues briefly appeared. Brain. Gauff's mature mindset. What stood out most wasn't just Gauff's tennis, it was her mindset. Speaking after the match, she was refreshingly honest about how she approaches the first round of a Grand Slam. "I think, well, I've lost a couple first rounds before. I've always been able to pick it up. I try not to put so much pressure on myself in the first round." Those words reflect a player who has learned from experience. She understands that Grand Slams aren't won on day one, but they can be lost there if pressure takes over. "At this point, I just want to win the tournament. Whether I win the first round or the finals, I don't think I'll be satisfied until then." It's the mindset of a champion who knows exactly what she wants, and isn't afraid to say it. Direct, hit more than just a match for Gauff. For Gauff, this Australian Open isn't just another slam on the calendar. She already owns US Open title, French Open title. What remains? Australian Open, Wimbledon. Melbourne represents one of the final missing pieces in her historic puzzle. And judging by her opener, she looks comfortable with that pressure. Handshake. The Gauff Eala connection. What many fans may not realize is that Coco Gauff's story in Melbourne is deeply intertwined with Alexandra Eala's. The two young players share more than just locker room conversations. They've practiced together. They've competed together. They've grown together. Last season, at the Italian Open, Gauff and Eala formed a doubles partnership, one that began not through agents or coaches, but a simple Instagram message from Eala. That connection has blossomed into mutual respect and genuine friendship. Recycling symbol practice that matters. That relationship even had competitive implications in Melbourne. Gauff is set to face left-handed Serbian player Olga Danilovic in the second round, and Eala, a lefty herself, played a role in her preparation. "I did practice with Alex Eala earlier. Hopefully that practice will help me playing a lefty tomorrow," Gauff said on court. She continued, "There's not many lefties on tour, but Olga is a great player. She's beaten top players here before, so it'll be a tough match." It was a thoughtful acknowledgement, and a reminder that tennis is rarely a solo journey. Globe showing Asia. Australia. Alexandra Eala, a nation watching. For Alexandra Eala, January 19th was about far more than tennis. It was about history. Making her Australian Open main draw debut, Eala became one of the most talked-about players of the day, long before she even stepped onto the court. Court 6 overflowed with fans. Long queues formed outside the gates. Social media lit up with excitement. Tennis journalist Quinton Moynet summed it up perfectly: incredible queue to access Court 6. The reason? The Philippine Alexandra Eala will play her first-round match shortly. Rarely has a Filipino player drawn such attention at a Grand Slam. Tennis dreams start. A perfect first set. Eala's opening moments were electric. Facing American Alicia Parks, She played fearless tennis in the first set, crisp shot-making, confident movement, total composure. The result? 6-0. A bagel set in her Grand Slam debut. The crowd erupted. Flags waved. Belief spread across the stands. For a moment, it felt like a fairy tale. Broken heart tennis cruelest turn. But tennis is unforgiving. Alicia Parks, known for her raw power and mental resilience, adjusted. Her serve began to click. Her aggression increased. The momentum shifted as the match wore on. Eala's early dominance faded. Unforced errors crept in. Physical fatigue showed. And eventually, Parks completed the comeback, ending Eala's debut run in round 1. The scoreboard told the result, but not the emotion. For Eala, it was heartbreak mixed with pride. Philippines, a historic moment for Philippine tennis. Despite the loss, Alexandra Eala's impact in Melbourne cannot be overstated. Her appearance drew unprecedented crowds, generated global attention, inspired countless young players back home. The packed stands were proof that her journey resonates far beyond the scoreboard. For Philippine tennis, this was a milestone, and likely the beginning, not the end. As Goff advanced confidently to the second round, Eala exited with lessons learned. 2 paths. 2 outcomes. 1 shared stage. Their bond, formed through practice, doubles, and mutual respect, makes this contrast even more powerful. 1 player chasing a career Grand Slam. The other just beginning her Grand Slam story. Glowing star. Other Day 2 highlights. The Australian Open didn't lack drama beyond Goff and Eala. Alex de Minaur thrilled home fans with a dominant win. Novak Djokovic tied a record with his Rod Laver Arena appearance. Rafael Nadal confirmed his return for the Night of Legends exhibition, sending waves of excitement through Melbourne. At the same time, the tournament showed its brutal side. Long entry queues frustrated fans. Felix Auger-Aliassime and Marina Stekusic were forced to retire due to severe cramping. Grand Slam tennis demands everything, physically and mentally. Magnifying glass tilted left Goff's balanced philosophy. As Coco Gauff moves forward, her words continue to echo. Winning is the only satisfying result, but I'm proud of myself regardless of how I do. It's a powerful balance of ambition and self-awareness. She demands greatness from herself, without losing perspective. That mindset may be the most dangerous weapon she brings into the second round. Crystal ball looking ahead. Goff versus Danilovic promises tactical intrigue. Lefty angles. Mental chess. High stakes. Meanwhile, Eala leaves Melbourne with valuable experience, and the knowledge that the world is watching. Day 2 at the Australian Open delivered everything tennis fans crave. Confidence. Heartbreak. Connection. Hopito USA News Hub United States. More breaking news. More powerful stories. More champions. Coming your way. See you soon.